Welcome to Issa Rae Podcast, episode 87. It's Nail in here, and of course, I'm never alone.
Leah J in the building.
What up? It's Issa Rae.
Issa Rae Podcast, now featuring 100% more shrimp. You'll find out later.
I was about to say, where is
it? I can't have that.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Me and Leah was like, meanwhile, where's it at? Did we order it? Are we having shrimp catered?
Surprise.
Right.
You know,
I'm about to say, I am going to die. Thank y'all so much for joining us, man. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope y'all had a great week. We got a good show coming up for y'all. Everything okay? Yeah.
She just doesn't like living a lie.
Okay. All right.
It threw me off. I was like, what? Oh.
We got a great show coming up for y'all. We got a lot to get into. Y'all know how we do. We're going to get into this intro real quick. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to episode 87. Thank y'all so much for joining us, man. Again, happy Friday. It's the weekend. Thank y'all for joining us on this new night that we're going to be with for 2-3 months. Y'all know how we do. We switch shows every couple months.
I'm on this schedule permanently.
Well,
Hallelujah.
Me too.
Hey. Oh, sorry.
It's really you.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me.
Technically,
I make my own schedule.
That's true.
Anyway, but yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much, man. We got, like I said, we got a good show. How was everybody's week? How was, this is our second Friday show.
Yeah.
How was y'all week?
Oh.
It was a week. It was boring.
Can I get a little more than that? Just a tiny bit more. Just a smidge.
I tested negative for COVID.
Hey.
I was gonna say, I didn't want to bring it up, but you kind of had some harrowing adventures leading up to this, so.
Tested negative for COVID, so that's great.
What about y'all?
I mean,
Smidge.
I
Just
don't
give me a
really- I don't
smidge.
have anything to give you.
Your,
I've been at work,
your car,
I've watched
your
TV.
car debacle.
Don't.
I don't think we want to talk about
Do
that.
That was not exciting. But yeah, I don't really have much else.
You should
Watch
release
your
the
shit,
letter in
Honda.
Mixtape form.
We coming.
They drilled a hole in her roof.
We coming for you, Honda. Protect your neck.
Then put me in a rinky-dink old stank car.
What did it smell like?
I wanted to know that.
I didn't want to be insensitive at the time. I didn't want to ask you right then, because then,
It smelled like somebody was a smoker and was trying to hide it from the rest of the people who shared the car.
And you're not supposed to smoke in the cars anyway. It was trying to hide it from Enterprise
No,
or
it smelled
Hertz.
like smoke and old people.
So when you said it, I was like, I wonder if it smelled like ass. Like, what does it smell like in
Yeah,
there?
it was a smoke.
Like, that's immediately
smoke.
All right.
For the record, I don't think I ever smelled ass. So I wouldn't.
Never.
No, never.
You didn't smell some farts before. That's what I meant.
That's what you
smell
mean.
like farts,
Yes.
yeah.
No, old people and cigarettes.
What ass did you think we were referring to?
I don't know.
Literally betwixt butt cheeks?
Absolutely.
Oh.
I mean, otherwise you could have said like a fart or a poop. But, yeah, it was terrible. Like, I got in the car and immediately my stomach started hurting.
Oh.
It was bad. It was bad.
Well, we're glad you're out of there.
Yeah.
Glad you're back in
Got
your
my
baby.
baby back.
We're glad I see him.
I didn't even want to go to
Glad you're back
Starbucks in that car.
Oh. You
I
was
went
that
to
shame?
Starbucks and I was like, this is...
You gonna throw your coffee
yeah.
out. You gonna throw it
I
up.
was going to throw it up. I didn't even feel like I could reach
Oh,
window.
yeah. You got to reach up to the... Now, you used to sitting up high now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
It'd be your favorite barista at the window. They'd be like, hey,
Oh, falling on hard times?
do you need some help?
It's on the house.
It's on the house today.
It's on the house today, Ed. It's on the house. So.
Dom, your week good? Good?
Yeah, I'm living. It's been good. Daughter's new furniture delivered today.
Okay.
It was all broken. So
Oh.
What do you mean? Wait. You mean you had to put it together or was it broken?
Broken. I used it.
From where?
Well, I don't know. They're gonna replace it.
Oh, okay. You gonna keep
Wow.
Miller's Honda.
Get Eb to write your letter. Because she
Right.
already
You got,
claimed these.
you got another broken furniture back?
Everybody gonna need a new job.
You got the broken furniture back?
Well, they pick up the old stuff, the broken stuff, and then they replace it with the new stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't want all that shit in my house.
I was going to, well, okay.
She got a scheme for you.
Right.
No, you know how that's how some people do.
Ready
That
to
just
sue.
happened to somebody. No, the other day.
Ready to sue.
Let me call my mama up real quick.
So litigious. So litigious.
Litigious. No, but sometimes with the big box companies, that's why I asked who is it from. If it's broken, they'll say just keep it and we'll replace it.
Well, what you gonna do with the broken stuff?
Right.
It's
It's a whole ass bed and dresser. I don't want that.
okay. You put it together, sell it.
What would
All right, okay, all right.
I don't know how much. Do I need Leah's for it? It's like you want
You
her.
gonna get free shit.
Yeah, but what, is it free? You know, like I'm gonna pay for it in some way eventually.
Oh God.
It only happened to me once, right?
I don't know what you asking us for.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Happened to me once.
Yeah,
That was,
yeah.
mattress, yeah.
and it's my
Fuck
treadmill.
that mattress.
Yeah.
What?
You got to keep the treadmill?
Yeah.
Where?
Did you
In
know
the
you had a
garage.
treadmill?
I did not. That's why I said you had a treadmill.
It's manual. It's mechanical. That's why I didn't.
Wait, it's manual.
Wait.
Manual.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Meaning you gotta run to make it work?
Yes.
Like Flintstones?
Yeah.
But that's a workout though, Leah.
And
That's
it
what it's
did not
supposed to
have
do.
it on a description. So it was someone put it together for me, and I came home. I was like, "Oh, this is just a big toy," you know. And so I called the company. I was like, "Hey, I don't want this." They was like, "Okay, just rebox it up and send it back." I was like, "All right." So I tried to unscrew it, whatever, couldn't get it unscrewed. Called the company back, was like, "It's already assembled. I'm not having a hard time assembling it, whatever, taking it apart, disassembling it." Yeah. They said, "Oh, it's already assembled." I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Just keep it, donate it, and we'll refund you the money." Because it was already assembled. I didn't lie.
Donate who? Donate where?
I have no clue.
I mean, that's the kind of treadmill you probably want though. Like you gotta run on that bitch to make it
But,
work.
like, can we
no,
talk
but then
about
I get on there, it was like
It's
leaning
gonna be a
forward.
mad
I
nigga at the Goodwill. Lord, I gotta power it myself. Man, fuck this.
Sir, it was $11. it's your fault.
yeah, so
What
I'll
were
show
you
you
gonna
all.
say, Don? What were you gonna say?
No, I was just trying to understand how a manual treadmill works. It's not like a bike, like you stand it upright. Like you gotta hold onto the grips and
yeah,
then
it's a little incline already, so
Okay.
you just get a good little running start. Well, I broke my damn neck on that thing because I was like, let me try it out. So I'm wanting
Did you get a running start?
Yeah, you can't stop. I gotta
like
show y'all.
literally apart in the store when
She
they go like
started from the bottom of the driveway and ran.
Whatever. I gotta show y'all. It's a mess. Like if the thing started to go forward, it was like tilting. It was just poorly built. It's just horrible. That's why it's in the garage.
Wow. I'm glad you got your money back.
Yeah.
Because that don't sound like it at all.
Yeah.
At all. My week was okay. It was pretty decent. I had a lot of jobs I was doing. So got a lot of that done, and the little one is doing guitar now. So we had guitar lessons for an hour last night, and
Virtual?
I know. We went into the store. Into Guitar Center. Shout out to Guitar Center. They're really nice. I love those people. I haven't worked a full day all week.
Is that new though?
No. So that's not news. Never mind.
You're right.
Good call out.
Disregard.
Good call out. Let's get into the show. So, unfortunately, we're going to start on a little bit of a down note. We're going to work our way back up. I want to talk about, unfortunately, the two mass shootings that happened in these past 2 weeks. One in Atlanta, Georgia, and one in Boulder, Colorado. We definitely want to send thoughts and prayers out to those people's families, their loved ones, anyone who may have been affected by those tragedies. It's definitely not what you want to hear as we get back into the swing of things. You start to see things open back up. Regulations are scaled back, and you jump right back into the mass shooting pattern. Is pattern a good word for this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hopefully, I am hoping that we start to see some real justice on these. The guy from Atlanta, the police say he just had a bad day. So,
Just a bad day.
had a bad day and killed 8 people, in Atlanta. So I'm hoping that at some point we can start to see somebody be held accountable for these things that are happening. So just wanted to make sure we started off with that. Make sure we send, love to those that were affected, those that weren't there but may have long-term PTSD effects from this kind of thing. Makes you scared to go back outside. So, But it's time to get shrimpy. So, Dom.
That is a hell of a transition.
Yeah.
Shrimpy?
From the shootings to the
From
shrimp
the shootings
cereal.
to the shrimp. Terrible.
From the river to the tulip.
Yeah.
like shrimp.
All right.
Shrimp is a good word.
Okay.
Okay.
I
You don't.
just don't think it was just the word. But anyway, all right. Yeah, so from mass murder to serial. This guy by the name of Jensen Karp. Y'all remember Boy Meets World, right? Topanga?
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's a weird coincidence, but yeah, Topanga's real life husband. They bought the family pack of. So they bought the family pack of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, opened that bitch up, poured it out, and shrimps. 2 of them.
Cinnamon covered
So-
shrimp.
Yeah.
So
And
it was
shrimp.
the whole shrimp?
Was
the tails.
2 tails.
2 shrimp tails in a bottle of a box of rum.
In this.
What?
Oh.
2 shrimp tails in a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah. Now, it would be one really weird thing if it was just the 2 shrimps. But, then kept pouring out the box. And they noticed some black dots in the little cereal squares. Looks like doo-doo. Looks like little
I didn't see those
doodle?
pictures.
mouse doo-doo.
Mouse doodle.
Mouse doo-doo, yeah. Little mouse doo-doo in there.
And the boxes or the bags weren't properly sealed or something.
So the second bag in the box is also a little taped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got a couple of things. On the one hand, maybe somebody got to the box, before they bought it and put some shrimps in there. This seems real weird, but whatever.
But why shrimp
Yeah.
tails?
Right, it's real specific.
What are y'all laughing at?
There's a whole inside joke going on in the middle of the table.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You gotta go. You can't
Definitely childish. Please continue.
I'm trying. So on the one hand, you have the shrimp, but then on the other hand, you have baked in doo-doo. So it kind of seems like it might be something with the factory.
So the doodoo came from mice, not from shrimp.
Well, we don't know. It's all
Right.
being tested.
Right.
Okay.
He sent it off for lab testing and also back to General Mills.
But I will
That
say-
has to be a big shrimp doodoo though, wouldn't it?
But I will
No, I
say
think it's mouse doodoo.
the
Yeah.
the shrimp tails look like they were covered and baked on cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like it came from the factory,
Mm-hmm.
just by my naked eye.
Does General Mills, not sure if anybody knows, does General Mills make any other kind of foods?
Not shrimp.
Not true.
Okay. So somebody was having lunch next to the machine.
Probably.
Dropping shit in
Yeah.
there.
And it's like, fuck it. This is gonna eat it anyway.
Popping them off.
It's still food.
Fatty McFat. They ain't gonna know. It's crunchy.
Drop your shrimp. Ooh. Should I stop this machine? I'm probably gonna get written up.
Yeah, we good. They gonna go right to that box inspected by somebody. Bring me Leroy.
So yeah, that's
Oh, that is disgusting. So it was Topanga's husband,
Mm-hmm. Jensen Karp. Yeah.
Jensen
Who
Karp.
does like skits and like online humor stuff or whatever. So like folks didn't believe him at first, and he was like, "No, but look at the fucking box. Like this one's still sealed, and it got doo-doo in it. Well, it's not big."
and he's been making his rounds on media outlets and everything, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so putting the shrimp pun on it." They found shrimp. His last name is Karp. Danielle Fishels, her maiden name. I was like, what? How are people connecting these dots with fish? And then the internet got real. It was like, he has all these allegations about him in the past and about sexual harassment in the workplace.
Oh,
and
God.
I was like,
They
So
started,
then when you found his history,
yeah.
like who?
Is this man black?
No, right.
Right.
I was like, what? Over a shrimp story? Someone went and dug that deep in his past over a shrimp story?
Yeah, I guess
Like,
there are Cinnamon Toast Crunch stands. Like the Beehive, but you got the General Mills Hive.
Definitely not.
but that's that.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm. So, inspect your cereal.
definitely will. That's gross.
You still eat cereal?
From
Bust
time
it
to time.
down.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey
Fuck
Nut
that
Cheerios.
cereal.
What about you?
It's my favorite food.
What's
Cereal.
No, what kind is your favorite?
All.
All right.
No, apple cinnamon Cheerios.
Okay.
Apple cinnamon
It
Cheerios.
was getting really aggressive over there.
That's the thing? Apple
Yeah.
cinnamon Cheerios?
Yeah.
Oh my
Cheerios
God, that
got all
green
types
box?
of flavors.
They do.
Ooh,
They got
God,
all
it's so
types.
good.
I like the frosted Cheerios.
They be real sharp though.
myself.
They will cut your mouth.
They will. They'll cut you up.
Which
and life,
ones?
Apple cinnamon Cheerios. They sometimes they like real crunch. If you get a real fresh box,
They ain't worse than that Captain Crunch.
Hell
ooh,
no.
the
Captain
roof of your
Crunch
mouth be
have
done.
your wrong. Talking about open wounds. You can't do shit else for the rest of the day.
But eat oatmeal.
Right.
Drink tea through a straw because you don't want nothing touching the roof. That should be wrong. What's your favorite?
You know, I mix my shit up, so making concoctions.
You put different
You mix
cereals
cereal?
in a bowl?
Yeah.
I think you
Give
posted
me
a
an
picture
example.
one time.
Give me an example of what you mix.
All right, so I'll take like the chocolate checks, chocolate granola, and the vanilla honey bunches of oats. Mix all that up.
Well, that's like a health food cereal smorgasbord.
I mean,
I thought she was mixing
it tastes
like
an Oreo.
I thought she was mixing like
Fruit
Fruit Loops and
and
like Apple
Frosted
Jacks.
Flakes.
Yeah, like
It's hypertension in my family. I'm not gonna do all that.
his shit healthy, it don't count. I wanted something disgusting and like weird to come up
I've
there.
never mixed cereal before.
Do they still make Fruity Pebbles? I used to love
Yes.
those as a
They
kid.
do. Do you know what they actually have right now? They have a coffee creamer that tastes like Fruity
I
Pebbles.
bet it's full of
Like it tastes like
diabetes.
the milk from Fruity Pebbles. And I only know that because one of my partners that I work with, she came to our video chat and she was like, I'm drinking my coffee with Fruity Pebbles creamer. And I was like, excuse me? She's like, no. Yes. It tastes exactly like
Did
the
she
milk.
say it was good?
She said it was delicious.
I gotta
Right.
look
But I
for
think you
that.
gotta have
Yeah.
like regular ass coffee though. You can't have like no creme brulee or
Oh no, I just do
caramel.
regular Folgers.
Yeah.
I just do a classic
She
roast.
said it was delicious.
You know what I learned about Naylor?
Oh,
a
my
couple of
God.
weeks ago? He doesn't know what the inside of a grocery store looks like.
Oh.
Like, I was just thinking about the questions about cereal. And like, why would you not know that all these cereals exist? And then I remember when we went shopping before that photo shoot, and you're like, where is anything in that store? Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that because when I go in the store, I go in for what I go in for and I leave. Like I haven't been down the cereal aisle in ages.
So you don't
Well,
eat
how do you
cereal?
get your cereal?
A lot of times,
Same way
okay,
he gets his cable.
y'all gonna make me tell people where I shop at. So when you
Wait.
go to Aldi,
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
I
little
love
bit
Aldi.
different
I love Aldi.
than the Walmart. So
I shop Aldi. I love it.
yeah,
Everything in there is off brand.
yeah,
That's why I don't go. No.
right.
I love it. What we got?
I'm very bougie. When it comes to certain things, I like things to be the things. So
Okay,
I do like their fruit. Their produce is good though. I like their.
I've been going to Publix recently for my produce. It's really good.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't
Publix
like
is
from
my
Aldi is the
favorite.
pork chop. It fries really bad.
What's that
The pork
mean?
chop.
Like fries bad. Like, what you mean?
It just doesn't.
From Publix, or what are you talking about?
From
Aldi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the flour
Oh, no, I don't
and
buy
stuff
meat
doesn't
from
adhere
there.
to it. Oh yeah. I buy everything from Aldi.
I don't buy meat. From
Oh no, I don't buy meat.
They meat be about to expire in 2
No, it
days.
don't. No, it don't.
That's probably the way it is when it's like organic though. Like when it's like
And that's what it is. They use a lot of
it's
like,
organic stuff.
yeah,
So when
like
it's
even their
fried,
fruits and
it's
vegetables go
what
bad
it's supposed
fast.
to. I was like, all
That
right.
shit say please use by 3/27. What today is? The
26th.
3/25th.
Please use by 5:30 p.m. Today. Please don't even freeze it.
There's a little cartoon nigga on the box like,
Oh my
was a
god.
good
So now he's in trouble for having sexual assault allegations because he just wanted to report some shrimp.
well, I don't think he's in trouble. I think it's just,
You forgot what he's talking about just that
I was
quick?
like, yeah,
no,
cool.
that quick. We've been talking about
She
cereal for like
loves
20
some cereal
minutes.
now.
Oh.
She loves some cereal.
But yeah, no, I don't think he's in
Lost
trouble,
track.
but you know,
Okay.
We know
it's
now.
out there now. Yeah.
Yeah, we know. Now we know.
Okay. All right. Well, Leah said what we got next, so she ready to move on.
Did you say that?
She said it a while ago.
I want her off the show. I want her gone.
Yikes. Anybody want to talk about Sweetie?
Meh.
Or do we want to cut this one?
What? Who is Saw Erie?
That was a
That's
typo.
like autocorrect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
Did y'all see how Tracy Ellis Ross thought to pronounce her name?
How?
She thought the whole time her name was Sawate. And she saw her at a party. She's like, hey, Sawate. They was like, her people's like, it's Sweetie. She's like, oh.
It's ugly. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I don't
you don't like her
understand.
name?
I think it'd be cuter if it was just sweetie.
Sweetie. Yeah.
Why is it
Saw
Sweetie?
Weedy.
Oh, so
It's SAW.
EET.
Weedy.
but she
Weedy.
pronounces it Sweetie.
Sweetie.
It's
Sweetie.
because you don't put the extra emphasis on the A, but
Okay.
it's sweetie. When you look at it, it's sweetie, and it pisses me off.
I like Salate.
Sweetie. Just sweetie. That's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Is
her
she
and Quavo broke up.
Okay.
Is she still what?
Is she still making music?
Yeah.
Okay.
She still makes a lot of music, actually.
She's had a big hit with Doja Cat, right? That's
Yeah,
right.
she did. Really big. And then her and Janae Aiko.
Oh, it is something?
Yeah.
I missed
It's popular, too. Be on the charts. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then she's, tapping is also good all the time for most people. But yeah, she does a good job. She's consistent is what I can say. She's consistent.
Okay.
However, her and Quavo broke up.
And he took that call.
The Bentley.
Yes.
Allegedly.
He took it back?
So what happened was, let's start over.
Mm-hmm.
Saweetie and Quavo broke up, right? She basically said that they broke up because she was tired of living a facade. He had been cheating on her for a while, and he used things like Bentleys and jewelry and Birkins
Yes.
to kind of offset.
Pun intended.
Migos, pun intended. To offset the fact that he was doing things that he should not have been doing. She said she checked out a while ago because you can't use material things for Band-Aids. She didn't turn down the stuff, but I guess maybe at some point she was just kind of taking advantage, you know, of the fact that I know you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm getting me a couple more Birkins. So
They do appreciate.
yeah, I personally thought it was just gonna be amicable. We broke up. Let's move on.
That's what it seemed like when the news first came
Yeah,
out.
it got ugly.
A little bit.
Quavo was upset, I guess, that she made the statement about him not being faithful in Band-Aids. And he was like, yeah, you know, I don't like to share my personal business. I normally keep stuff like this to myself. But yeah, I hurt you and I disappointed you. I did all of that stuff, but you're not the woman I thought you were. I wish you nothing but the best or something. And she was like, take care.
Yeah.
And that's when it all kind of went south.
They was talking back and forth to each other?
No.
They were like subtweeting.
They were like
each other.
subtweeting, and
His
then
sisters? Oh.
his sister jumped in and was saying that like Sweetie wasn't the person everybody thought she was. Like
Yeah.
people don't like her. She's not a likable person. And then Sweetie's aunt jumped in and was like, first of all, I don't play about mine. Like you don't want these problems. And everybody was like, who are these people? Why are you so upset?
Yeah.
We're like, okay, so y'all, all right. Meanwhile, by this time, Sweetie and Quavo were quiet.
Right,
Like, they
right.
was just like, y'all got it. It's not that deep. So then there were all these allegations that Quavo had the car repoed. And essentially what did happen is that Quavo was leasing that vehicle. So when they broke up, he just ended the lease, and so they went and got the car.
Oh,
So it wasn't like, let me get my car back, bitch. It wasn't never even all the way paid for.
Right.
So it's like, why would I let you keep a car that's not paid for?
Right.
Like, I'm just going to take
Keep
it back.
paying on it. And
Yeah. He probably sold it.
Well, if it was
Can
leased,
you
you
Yeah,
can't
lease.
sell it? No, yeah. So,
So everybody lost.
yeah.
Everybody
No
lost in
winners.
that one. Yeah.
But realistically, like, I'm like, Sweetie, if she really wanted a Bentley, I'm sure she could have bought one.
Right.
I mean,
She was successful.
it was a
before.
gift. Yeah. It was a gift.
Yeah.
So, that's what happened. They broke up. It got ugly for a little bit. I think we moved past it.
I hope so.
They're going to end up
But
back together.
everybody was, I don't know.
Her and
about
Justin
this one.
Combs were like flirting very heavily because it's
Which one is that one? Which
That's
one
he's
is
already her ex.
yeah, but they did a
That's the light skinned
respectfully. Was it
Not Albie Shaw's kid.
no?
Oh,
The other light skinned one.
Okay.
there's more than one high school?
Yeah,
I'll be sure is the first one. He's the oldest. That
not
was
really Diddy
even
kid.
his.
Yeah, not even Diddy kid.
That's not
This is
even-
his
that's
first
Kim Porter's-
biological child.
That's Diddy
Kim
kid.
Porter. Yeah, that's his kid.
That's his kid.
I mean,
That's Kim Porter's
first
first
Son
child
with Albie Shore.
Albie Shore. So she dated him and then got with Diddy, and that's they raised him together along with Albie
Diddy
Shore.
got about 6-7 kids, huh?
He got a lot of chats.
Okay, but go ahead. Let me catch up. Go ahead.
What was I talking about?
They were flirting, and that was her
Yeah.
ex, and all that stuff.
They were.
Oh yeah, they did a podcast with is it Justin Lil Boy or Justin
Yeah.
LA Boy or whatever with Justin on there and Sweetie on there. And there was just like some, you could tell when exes are in the room together and it's kind of like awkward. But then apparently or allegedly, that's where the breakdown in communication came between her and Quavo. It was like, you did this show with this nigga and your ex and y'all been flirting. It was. If I show y'all the clips, you'll see how it's evident that there was something there.
I saw it. I saw the video. I didn't read that much into it. Just because when I see her talk to people in general, that's how she talks. I think she's just a naturally flirty kind of girl. So I guess I didn't read into it in that way. So they could have been flirting. They could have not been flirting, but.
Do we have a problem with him taking the Lambo back?
Bentley.
Bentley? Do we taking the Bentley back?
I mean, if it's not,
At
it's
least,
leased,
yeah.
no,
No.
take it.
It's his.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if he had paid for it,
Right.
and you out here cheating, I'm keeping it.
Right. She
I
was
mean-
gonna have to give it back regardless. It's at least.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying.
But I'm saying if it wasn't
if
leased.
it wasn't
So
leased,
if he brought it outright and gave it to her,
Well,
does he have
that's a whole
grounds
different scenario.
to take it
hers.
back?
I think it probably, like, from her end, probably doesn't feel great either way. But at least, you know, with the lease, there's a reason. For
yeah,
it,
there's
you
a
know what I'm
reason.
saying?
Like
Yeah.
I would expect him to take it back if he was leasing. But if you paid
Maybe
for
at the end
it,
of the lease, but you know, whatever.
yeah, if you paid for it, I'm keeping that.
Mm-hmm.
That's mine. So that's emotional damage. I'm keeping it. Like, and every time I get in it, I'm gonna open the door, fling it open, and take a picture. Like, yep, it's me. I'm still in it. It's mine. So, yeah. Did y'all see that video of her Ebro's show when she went on there trying to freestyle?
Oh no.
She said she had PTSD behind
She
it.
did. She went on there and they said her people begged them to let her freestyle. And Ebro and Jackie were like, they lied and told them that they didn't have the equipment for her to do it because they liked her, they liked the song, and they didn't want her to embarrass herself. She did just that.
Oh no.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
I'll
wait,
show
they
you.
She was tight,
they
too.
lied to say that she
This was
didn't
years
have it?
ago.
Like, to try to save her.
Right,
tried to
and then
save
she
her.
did it
She
anyway.
did it anyway. And
So
then
was
got
it-
done and was like, bitch, what? And they was like, they laughed at her.
And they was like, it was good.
No,
But-
this was after the laughter.
I know, but no,
Ebro
but
was like, it had energy. It had energy.
then he was like, but he said no, but
Yeah. I'm gonna leave
It was
it at
good.
that. It had energy.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say it was good. He said it had energy. He said there's energy there.
So was it like he's like they're mid interview, they're having a conversation, and she just starts like spitting, like she just jumps into the.
And
freestyle?
what I don't like about the clip is that it shows you only like the tail end of the rap. So I want to see the whole thing because it might have been good before and just ended terribly.
it ended bad.
It ended terribly. It ended.
And she was like feeling it too. She was slapping it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Wow.
But
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Right.
I'll show it to you. But back to like the breakup, it was kind of like when they were broken up. It was like, you know, we have these men and women perspectives about breakup and stuff like that, and all the men was like, ha ha ha, he took the Bentley back, and I'm just like, y'all, he cheated on her. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, what am I missing? The perspectives are always just so mind-boggling to me. Like, Chrissy Teigen went on there because somebody put on Twitter and was like, Sweetie is beautiful, but she's not the type of chick you can take to a business dinner.
I remember that.
What?
I saw that. Yeah.
What?
First
He
of all,
said the guy said that Sweetie is a 10.
Yeah.
A 10 among black men, but you
Yeah.
can't take her to a business dinner or business deal. CEO is not going to respect her type or whatever.
mind you,
The nigga.
she got a whole degree from the University of Southern California. She worked 5 jobs while in college. Like, what are you talking about? This dude, and then they pulled up one of his previous tweets and was like,
It's a couple.
I'm still waiting for my unemployment benefits.
Mhm.
They was like, boy, if you don't sit,
He said, "Where the fuck my stimulus at?"
yeah.
He was an ashy.
Sir.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
He was an
why?
ashy.
What
He
did
was
Sweetie
ashy.
do to y'all for y'all to want to make it seem like Quavo's the victim? Like all of a sudden she just an ain't shit person. When all she did was go on the internet and say we broke up, and this is why. Like that's her truth.
Yeah.
These people, boy, they throw me for a loop. They throw me every time. Yeah. So
They could better together though.
I don't see that.
I don't see it either.
I don't see it. I think it's different when we talking about Cardi and Offset because they're married. We talk about a
And also,
boyfriend.
it's Cardi compared to.
Yeah.
No shade, but.
Yeah.
Shade. No shade, but
no
shade.
shade, but a small bit of shade. Yeah, I just can't. I don't know why I can't see it. I think that with Sweetie, I don't know her obviously, but I just feel like when it comes to public humiliation, we're not coming back from that. Like that, I don't. In my music, I don't portray that. So I don't feel like. And I could be wrong. I don't know these people, but I just don't. I can't see her coming back from it.
Okay. I can understand that.
But she is the one that said, you know, as a reward to her man, for a threesome, you know, he could pick the other man that we got to sleep with. So, you know,
Absolutely.
seems like she's controlling
Absolutely.
the relationship.
Yeah.
She asked, Justin had asked her, he was like, so do you like spoil your man? Like, do you take your man shopping and do you do this for your man and you do that for your man? And she was like, why do boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends? And they was like,
So wait,
it was hard to watch.
It's a girlfriend. So if you want to be spoiled by a woman, you're a girlfriend. Is that what that
That's
means?
what she basically was alluding to, the fact that, like, as a woman, like, yeah, I can take care of you, but you're supposed to be taking care of me. You're supposed to be spoiling me. You're supposed to be doing all that shopping spree stuff for me. Not to say that I won't do anything for you, but when she asked that question, neither of them had a comeback. It was just like, shit.
That sounds weird. I don't know. That sounds weird. Like, you wouldn't buy me anything if I was your
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what she was trying to imply, but the way that the question was posed, it was like, you should be spoiling me financially as much as I'm spoiling you financially. And I think that's the part where she was like, well, what the fuck I need you for?
Yeah. The questions in the interview were like a little weird, just
Yeah.
in general, like the way they were being posed. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't really set up for success for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to talk about Issa Rae?
I do. I would love to talk about Issa Rae. Congratulations to Issa Rae, who signed a deal with Warner Media worth up to, I believe it was $40 or $48 million over 5 years. She's going to be developing content. She is getting, she has about 14 or 15 ideas that are currently in development. She's going to get a feature film in that deal. So that is amazing, seeing where she came from. YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Black girl.
I caught up on that a few months ago.
putting content on YouTube to multi-million-dollar deals, to pretty much. I was watching an interview where the head of talent and acquisition for Warner Media was saying that Issa Rae had been on the top of their list for years. They've been trying to get her to sign with them and produce content for her, and they finally reached the number that they wanted to be at. That was good for both sides, and she's.
Issa! I know that's right.
That's crazy. Shout out.
And yes, shout out Issa. And I just want to say briefly to all my black women out there, and maybe even women in general, but specifically black women, because, well, okay, when y'all are signing these deals, make sure you stand by what you feel you're truly worth, right? Because I don't know if y'all know Michaela Cole. She's like the British version of Issa Rae. Like, she did the chewing gum series on.
I think
This May Destroy You. I May Destroy You. Was a show that she did last year, and it was so incredible. She's like an awkward black, androgynous face, dark-skinned, beautiful woman. And I May Destroy You. They wanted to buy it. I can't remember, and I'm messing this up because it's all old now. But she wanted a certain amount of money. Like, somebody wanted to buy it for a certain amount of money, and they wouldn't give it to her. So she took I May Destroy You someplace else, and it was on HBO, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it was so amazing, to the point where when she wasn't nominated for like an Emmy, like, London tore that shit up. They was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And they had her on all these magazines because they're not giving her flowers of all the work that she's doing, like all the content she's creating, like, and she's literally making a lane for herself. So shout out to Issa Rae, because it doesn't sound like she jumped at the very first deal they offered her. Right. You know what I mean? Michaela Cole didn't jump at the very first deal that she was offered. So, like, know your worth in business and in relationships. We'll be moving forward to that next. But just know your worth and stand by that. And that's for people just in general. You know what I mean? But especially for black women who are, always fighting for the ability to sit at tables with people.
And more likely to get lowballed.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stand by that. Yeah. Stand by it.
Yeah. Somebody was commenting the other day. I saw a tweet that was just like, Issa's kind of talking about the YouTube's origins to now. Like, her rise has been incredible to watch. And, like, I was trying to think if there's anybody that I can think of who has done what she's done in the time that she's done it, like, at her age.
Right.
I don't know that I've seen. There obviously been other black women who've been successful building their own empires. Oprah's obviously the easy example, but to do it in this truncated amount of time and then just be so good at it for so long.
Yeah. So, interesting story. Related, kind of not related, but I was watching like, and I don't want to say it was E! True Hollywood Story, but maybe it was on Cardi B. And y'all know I followed Cardi before she went on Love and Hip Hop, right? So obviously her Instagram fame when she was a stripper, just being herself, is what got her to Love and Hip Hop, right? Bobby Shmurda posted one of her videos, and everybody started following her, and she just continued to be herself as a stripper. And then Mona Scott reached out to her to be on the show. The entire time, Cardi knew she wanted to be a rapper. She knew that's what she wanted to do. She went to a performing arts high school. Like, she knew that's what she wanted to do. And so when she met with Mona Scott, she told her, I only want a 1-year deal. I don't want to be on this show for 5-6 years. I don't want to be a reality star. I want to be a rapper. And she was like, okay. And she's like, I'm looking at this girl who is literally a stripper telling me that she doesn't want a long-term contract, right? So I just knew there was something about her. So then she started doing like, music here and there. People started kind of recognizing her. And then she said, like, I think she had recorded Bodak Yellow in between the break of season 1 and season 2. And so she went to Mona Scott and said, so I feel like it's about to happen, but it has not happened yet. I want 1 more year. And she was like, okay. And by the time the show started airing, Bodak Yellow started picking up. So I thought that was just so amazing, because those are things you don't know about Cardi, right? Like, yeah, she's young and she's a loudmouth and she's spicy and she's all of these things, but behind the scenes, she knew what she wanted. She knew what her value was, and she knew that I'm not going to settle for being a reality star in the event that my music career does not take off. So
yeah, one thing about Cardi, like, for all the sort of like loudmouth braggadocio sort of stuff that she'll portray, like, she's had a keen business sense for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And like that's another one, honestly, that's really good to see. Just she's been able to navigate in a lot of different lanes to get herself to sort of self-fulfillment of success, in a way that kind of similar to what you see with Issa. Different lanes, but yeah.
Definitely. And I love the fact that Cardi, the only difference between Cardi before Love and Hip Hop and Cardi now is money. Like, when I tell you she talks the exact same way, she acts the exact same way, like, she does not care. And that's what Mona said. She was like, she only operates in one lane, and that is completely herself. She is not going to bend on that. She's not going to compromise on that. I don't want no script. Like, this is who I am, and this is it. So, shout out to women of color.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good place for that, too.
All right. So, speaking of knowing your worth, how many of you are familiar with the Derrick Jaxn? Leroy, turn here quickly.
Outside of this story?
Yes. No.
Had never heard of him?
Not before
Never.
this.
I'm sure you've seen a video, like, scroll on, like, he sponsors a lot of his posts.
No, I've never seen him.
Never.
Wow.
In life.
That's good. Good for you. Okay. So Derrick Jaxn is a self-proclaimed relationship expert / guru. He speaks a lot primarily to women. He speaks to women about how to technically, like, survive a relationship with a man, how to recognize red flags, if he's cheating, if he's lying. Like, he literally wore a shirt one time that said, that man don't miss you, he just bored and horny, right? So he's like the millennial version of Steve Harvey. Okay? Like, he literally puts all of his energy into speaking to women about how to not fall for foolery, right? And for this entire time, and he's been doing this for about 9 years now, per him, on the internet, like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Like, he posts these short to, medium length videos teaching women how to survive in relationships.
No, it's not here.
No, I'm just.
So, he's a cheater and a liar. He has a couple of books that he has used his platform to sell, make money off of. And this, about for the last 4 years, he's been married.
Had no clue.
Had children.
Inside or outside of the marriage?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Both.
Hang tight. So, Leah, start us off on how we found out that he had been cheating on his wife.
Okay.
I really want to get
So,
to the kids part.
About 4 days ago, a blogger,
Tasha K,
put out a video, and I watched it too.
Watched the whole thing, 19 minutes.
And she was like, I got some news about Derrick, and she was like building up to it. And I was like, this ain't gonna be nothing good, because just her build up, I was like, this ain't gonna be good.
Real loud.
Yes,
she real loud. I almost didn't even want to watch the video.
She was, but when she got those receipts together, she got the receipt. Like homegirl had record.
How do we find out?
Tasha.
Yeah,
Tasha.
right. So did the girl call Tasha?
Yeah. So
yes, give me that.
So let me back up a little bit. Well, the reason Tasha came into play was because apparently or allegedly, Tasha K reached out to Derrick Jaxn for him to be on her show. Reached out for him to be on her show, and he declined the offer.
He did.
And she was upset about him declining the offer, and I guess
did we see a video of her being upset?
No.
Did he say she was upset?
He said it in the screenshot text messages to one of the mistresses.
Why would she want to interview with him?
Why would who?
Tasha.
Want to interview with Derrick Jaxn. I guess his name is out there. He got a good following. I didn't know who she was until this moment. Would I have known who she was had he interviewed with her? Mm-hmm. Probably not, because I don't follow him.
From what I gathered from that initial video, she didn't want no interview with him. She never liked him because of his content. Oh. She knew something wasn't right about him and what he was doing, and she was waiting for an opportunity to blast him.
Oh, okay.
Somebody reached out to her.
So the mistress called her, and she recorded the conversation, basically just saying who he is as a person. The mistress is like, who... no, this is the second video. The first video was just her saying who they met up for his birthday. She looked it up. She's like, oh, his birthday July 3rd. So y'all was together for July 4th weekend, like 2020. She's like, yeah. And he was texting me, calling me. We spent the whole weekend together. So Tasha's like going back to his Instagram, matching video dates, putting two and two together. So that's how that came out. So she put that audio out of the mistress saying that she was his mistress.
Yeah.
As a married man, how do you swing not spending your birthday weekend with your wife? Well,
I think at the time, we don't know, based on new developments, we don't know the situation as far as their marriage was concerned during that time. Because he brought his best friends. Like, he could have just told her it was a guy's trip. People do that for their birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be mad if my man went on a guy's trip for his birthday once or twice. Or however many times he wanted to do it. It's your birthday today. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, she...
well, him and his wife, I guess, separated or whatever in February last year. So by July, they were separated, working on the marriage,
right? But
separated.
Yep.
Okay. So he ain't even let the answer. If she said she moved out, you ain't gotta really answer to anybody if nobody's in the house, or whatever. So that came out. The mistress said, we spent his birthday together, whatever. That came out. Derrick Jaxn jumps on a video by himself, basically denying the affair. We had a sexual relationship without any sex.
Can we back up? I want to back up.
Okay.
Because in that conversation with her, Candace, she advised that he said that his wife was in Colorado.
Right page.
Get warmer. He said his wife was in Colorado and that they were completely separated. She had been, like, once they, left, I guess Miami is where they were for his birthday or something like that. Mm-hmm. He went back to Atlanta and invited her over. So she'd been in this man's house. They had sex
in his
marital bed. In his house. She was like, I've been in his house. There's stuff, like she said, are there pictures of them and stuff on the wall? She's like, yes, but there were also boxes. So I'm assuming this is aligning with the fact that he said that he was separated. I didn't know what was happening, right? This man, she showed a video where this man asked her what color her panties were. Like, real life, like, this is for real, right? Mm-hmm. So then she said that something happened and she realized that he had blocked her on social media. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, why would he block me, right? But you're dumb. This is what I don't understand about dumb, like, dudes when they get scared and start acting irrationally, trying to cover their tracks. Your Instagram is wide open. All I gotta do is grab your phone and go to his page. Or if I don't want to look stupid to my friends, I just create a new page, right? So she went to the page and she realized that he was married because his anniversary is right around. Yes, I thought it was in July.
January. January.
The picture that he posted, she saw it and was like,
the cover of the
"You're
book.
married?"
The cover of the book is his wedding photo.
Yeah. But no, he posted an anniversary picture.
So,
that's the one that she saw.
So he goes on Cheaters Weekend, and then like later that month, he posts an anniversary photo.
Yes.
With.
Yes.
Separated.
Yes. Well, it was a couple months later.
So were they or were they not separated? I'm confused.
We don't. Based on what happened after that, apparently they were not necessarily had filed for separation, but he had told his wife about all the stuff that he was doing. So she left.
Okay.
Based on the video of him holding her hostage, he basically said, I told her about all of this stuff back in last year, 2020. And then we got back together and I haven't done anything since. So basically, he had said that they had broken up, but he told her everything that he had done, right? And God had started working on him and he was a better person. He hasn't done anything since like October of last year. That's when they got back together, right? Mm-hmm. He's been on the straight and narrow ever since. Everything is amazing. It's fantastic, right? We're doing God's work out here.
We're healing
right?
in Jesus' name.
Man, the girl was sitting, his wife, was sitting next to him looking like
she had been through a mental warfare.
Absolutely.
Like she had just got up.
Yes, like she rolled out of bed and he was holding her hand so tightly.
We got you the video now?
Yeah.
Come on.
And it was literally just a long, drawn out explanation of how God is working on him. He's a better person. We have healed from this. She has already, forgiven me. God has forgiven me. You can't really ask for forgiveness from anybody but God because God is that dude. But she's back and she said, I didn't actually... I left. When I found out all this stuff, I left. And I did not come back until I came back.
Right before this video. That was a travel outfit. She just got it out.
Yeah. So everybody was like, okay, you sticking by your man. We get it. That you say y'all working on stuff, whatever, right? Then your boy, the next day, shoots a reaction video to his own video with his wife.
Until you get to the next part,
Looking
this
homeless.
was the weirdest shit to me.
This was the weirdest part. Like literally he was saying this dude has been telling everybody how to live their lives as relates to relationship and he's been cheating on his wife the whole time and everybody's confused. So you're judging yourself after you confessed to cheating, after you lied about the cheating? Okay, whatever. And then made light of his wife's appearance.
Yes.
Yep.
Because everybody else was making light of his wife's appearance, right? Which for a lot of people was one of the biggest issues with the whole video. At this point, we whatever, Derrick Jaxn, you trash. We know you ain't shit. But damn, you could have set your wife up to come on camera ready to slay. Mm-hmm. We could have had her hair done, put a bra on, gather yourself for this moment. Because realistically, this is the first time you and him have ever appeared together. That's it.
And what he's doing by I don't want to say allowing her to appear on screen, because she
could have done.
That could have all been her choice.
Absolutely.
But I feel from the way he's moving since that video, and in the video, he's trying to present she's kind of something to cheat on.
Yes.
That's what the people in the comments are saying.
Yeah.
You want them to think that your wife is not really satisfying you or bringing you. And that's what he's told. He's told people that he's been with before that his wife wasn't satisfying him sexually. But obviously he's lied about a lot of things, right? So then, was it yesterday? So his wife did her own video.
Yeah.
Boy.
So this is what I don't.
And the breastplate, the armor of Christ.
Yeah, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the sandals of. She broke it all down, the belt of truth.
So sad.
But
did she make this thing up herself? Is this did she write it down?
No, it's in the Bible. You don't read it.
And she know damn well I don't be reading no Bible. Why you gotta call me out in the air like that? Damn, man.
You ain't never even heard none of this stuff,
It's in
though?
Ephesians.
You too?
I mean, I was raised in church, so.
Yeah.
You don't give the book to?
It's in Ephesians.
I don't like y'all.
Chapter 6. I looked it up today.
Don't you
That's why I
dare.
know.
Don't
She
you
looked it up
dare.
today. She looked it up today.
I was like, well, let me read the whole thing, maybe, for context. I was like, well, this is talking about, being in your truth.
Yeah, but your truth is sad right now.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Like,
So she did the video. So before she did the video, so after they did their confessional, they did a follow-up video, which it was like, why or whatever. But he texts one of his mistresses afterwards, is like explaining the confessional, was like, don't pay attention to that video. I had to do it for X, Y, and Z. It was
this
like
is this is a different mistress. This is a mistress that she saw him last week.
Yeah.
So after the whole breakdown with the bum wife,
No, let's not do that.
Don't do that because she's going through something. I honestly believe that lady is going through.
You look at that video about the breastplate of righteousness, and you see a bonnet. I see.
Yeah,
it's like a
I'm
literal
pretty sure
cry
she
for
is
help.
a beautiful woman.
She is.
I feel
She look
like
homeless.
she's
She does.
stuck in a cult.
That's what it feels
that's
like.
what it looks
That's
like.
exactly
very
what it feels like.
cultish
Yes.
because, like I was telling you all, never in any of these videos has she talked about her feelings.
Never.
It's always my husband and Jesus are, they're coming back together, and then, talking about the word or whatever. And I get it. You want to talk about Jesus and proclaim his name, to shout out from the mountaintop, whatever. But how do you feel?
How do you
like,
feel?
Denasia, how do you feel? Are you hurt?
Is that her name? Denasia?
That's how she is phonetically spelled on her Instagram. Denasia.
Denasia. Yeah.
Yeah. But she never talks about that. And it's so scary because you are allowed to have feelings in the church, in Christianity.
But a lot of that is you're allowed to have them as long as they don't go against
the word,
your spouse, your husband, and the word of God.
Yeah.
So it's tough for her because she's so deep in it. Like, even if you read her captions, like that video, when I watched that video, I was like, she is gone. It is very culty.
I read about 10 of her posts,
and they were cryptic and scary. Like, the amount of time she talks about murderous thoughts and obsession, and it's
suicide.
it's so much. And if you read the caption, she goes into this long, drawn out explanation of all the things that she's been through emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And then she gets down to the last part. She's like, and I declare, victory against sin. And I'm like, that's it? Like, do you feel like you have victory? Like, I want you to testify about how you've overcome this. And I don't see that. I see you crying out for help.
That's what I see.
And also, what is it that she's overcoming, though? Because, like, in the byline of her profile, it says, I slay a demon face. Okay. Then, like, a little Atari alien. Okay. And then, like, a mermaid.
Yeah.
And then a genie.
Like, she said that she's been raped before.
She did say that.
She harbors, like, the guilt of her father's passing, which I tried to uncover what happened. Like, she felt bad about the fact that he wasn't coming around, and he said he was going to do better, and then, like, I think the next day he had died.
No, he came around, but she refused to see him, and then that day he died. She's like,
I killed my father.
I killed my father. I was like,
no, you didn't. Like,
it's a little bit of
it's
a jump.
a lot.
But I get it, especially when you're the child in that situation.
But then she talks about, like, she has a lot of self-image issues, which
does.
I mean, the comments and all the on all the videos are not good for her. Yeah, but she talks about, like, she really goes into detail about her self-image issues. About
I guess detail about everything.
There was some girl in college, whatever, that she like
a dark-skinned woman.
Yeah, a dark-skinned woman that she obsessed over to the point of engaging in sexual activity with her, so she can mimic this woman's sexual behaviors in the bedroom.
Yep, and on top of that, she like went through his phone and saw a bunch of like videos and text messages and things that she didn't want to see.
Which, can you clarify on that part? So I was reading it, I can't find the caption now, but she in that caption she was like, I saw images of like sexual activity. Was she saying that she found porn on his phone, or was she saying she saw videos of him with them?
I think it was pictures of him and videos of him with other women.
Yeah.
Okay,
and because
right.
she said that I obsessed over these videos. I studied the curves of their bodies. She said she studied the consistency of their secretions.
Oh, I didn't see that.
How the fluids flow, how flexible they were, like their blemishes, like a demon of obsession. And I'm like, we need to get her admitted. And I'm not even trying to be funny.
Right.
Like, you need to be admitted.
Yeah.
You don't need to you don't need to see a therapist. You need to be admitted because you have been brainwashed by somebody. And what I've learned from this whole situation about Derrick Jaxn, and everyone, the word narcissist has been thrown around and used quite frequently with him, as it should be. But when his second mistress came out, who is a surgeon, right? She said that she met him in October. Mind you, he told us that he hadn't done anything or talked to anybody or messed with anyone since they got back together, like around October. Right? So she said that she never went to his house. He always came to her home. Right?
And
he said that he was, his wife was in Arkansas, but they were completely separated. She didn't let him see his kids or nothing like that. Like, it was an estranged, like, divorce situation going on, right? She said he never talked about God at all. The only thing he ever talked about was entrepreneurship, you know, making money, being a businessman, blah, 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 blah. Those are the kind of conversations you have with the surgeon. Just like with your wife, you want to have conversations about God and victory and scripture because you're telling women what they want to hear, which is exactly what he's built his entire platform on. The fact that women, you're telling women, your whole life is based off of telling women exactly what they want to hear so you can get what you want, right? In breaking news, girl was pregnant in December.
which one?
His mistress,
The
second
surgeon.
one, the surgeon. Pregnant in December, and she told him that she was pregnant and that she said, I'm 32, I don't want to have children right now, I have, I'm got a lucrative career, like, we're not even in a relationship, like, I don't want to have a child. And he said, can you please just wait and think on it for a week? And she was like, well, for what? He said, well, I want you to make sure this is what you want to do. And she was like, well, this is my body, so I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm telling you that I don't want to have this child. I did this video was 48 minutes long, so I didn't get all the way through it.
Right.
Snyder cut.
I was about to say, God damn, this whole they turned this into a movie.
Yes. So this is a whole different conversation because this is a different mistress, right? She said, so what happened was he reached out to her. This surgeon does not have social media because of her lucrative career, and it just doesn't seem like she cares about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't have an Instagram, she doesn't have Facebook, she doesn't do any of that stuff. And so she didn't know about none of this stuff until Derrick Jaxn texted her and was like, if a blogger reaches out to you, tell her that you don't know me. That's where he messed up.
And she screenshotted it.
She screenshotted it, right? Because here's the thing, like, how would Tasha know to reach out to her if you hadn't given her a reason to be a little suspicious about your actions? And she was like, well, what is all of this about? And he was like, well, there's a blogger that is trying to assassin my character. Yes.
Not assassinate.
Assassin my character.
You are so good with memory.
Yes. She's trying to assassin my character and, just disregard. And so then she blocked him because I don't remember how she found out. I think that she said she went looking for stuff because it was a red flag that went off about him because, like, bloggers are reaching out to you. Somebody got to know you on social media. And so he realized that she blocked him. And he was like, did you block me? And she sent like 3 question marks. And he was like, babe, I know that this is like, I got to pull it up because I don't want to mess this up. Here we go. He was like, babe, I understand things are crazy right now. If you allow me to explain the situation to you, I will. Please give me the chance to explain this mess. I declined an interview with the blogger a few months back and made a video criticizing her work. He never did that. She is on a smear campaign to assassin my character. I have nothing to hide from you. I've been honest with you from day one. Can I come by to talk to you? Now, this says today at 12:02 p.m. I don't know what day this was, but what I do know is that clearly at the top, they had communicated via text message on March the 10th. So that timestamp at the top clearly tells you that they've been in communication, right? So she said, Derrick, you lied about everything when you called last night. You said, if any blogger contacts me, say I don't know you and block them. I asked you what this was about, and you said over an interview, nothing more. Well, 2 women claim they've had an affair with you, and I didn't know about this until you called me. Now you're doing videos with your wife, the chick you said you didn't even want to marry and haven't seen in months. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man. Every video you record is in front of my house. You can see my house in the background. Don't contact me ever. And he said, please allow me to explain, Nick. She said, no, thank you. He said, unblock my number. I'm on the way to your office now. If this is what you want, let's do it. I'm not leaving until you talk to me.
You fighting for the mistress?
Absolutely.
Then at some point, Tasha K and the mistress were on the phone together. Mm-hmm. And so Tasha was like, what? That's your house with the white arches?
She said with the white arches, she said, that's my
house.
She goes and pulls in videos up. It's like 3 or 4 recent videos of him outside in his house.
How you fighting for the mistress, though? Yeah.
You said he came forward. You said that Nick said that he came forward about the 2 other women, but she was the second. It's a third mistress?
I don't know who the second one is.
You look exhausted.
I just remember seeing
You look exhausted.
I never see Dom's facial hair growing back as we're sitting here.
I saw the first one. They put the picture of the first girl out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The second one, I don't know who she is. And the third one, I guess she doesn't have any social media to bring up or whatever.
And she don't want to because she's got a lucrative
she's
career.
A professional.
Yeah, she's a career professional. And she was just like, I just don't like. He's a liar. He's a liar. I saw him last week.
Now, did you notice
last week
there has been no word from him since this?
Nope. No word from the wife either.
No reaction video.
No, nothing. No, nothing. However, he did give an NDA to the surgeon.
Damn,
like she can't say yes. So, but the thing is that Tasha K got all of this information before she got served the non-disclosure agreement. Mm-hmm. So she shared all of this with her before she got paperwork. You was just begging for me 2 days ago to come to my office and talk, and now I'm getting an NDA.
He got her to sign an NDA after all this came out?
He sent her one.
But she has to sign it, though.
Yeah, she does have to sign it.
You can't enforce that after.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Unless there's like an active legal dispute.
Again, I don't know.
Wow.
They can sue her?
He served her a non-disclosure agreement.
This dude is something else.
He is something else.
The sad part about it is Danae's going to be right there beside him.
She going to cheat.
No, she's not.
I want her to just leave.
If you go look at her IG, is just littered with Christianity and religion. Scripture and religion, and like she's one of those people who like grown up. She's
she gonna cheat.
I'm not saying she's gonna cheat because of what you're saying. I don't really think she's gonna cheat, but I don't think it's because of the scripture part. Because like I said, there's a lot of pastors out there, getting their dicks wet. But like the thing that I'm thinking is just like watching her in the videos. She doesn't seem like she's in the mind state for any sort of romantic pursuit.
No.
To me, it feels like something way worse would happen with her.
Absolutely.
Rather than
I agree.
cheating.
Right.
100%, which is why I said I feel like she definitely needs to be admitted because she did all of this video posting and armor of God and I rebuked sin and all of this stuff. And it's just like, baby, you're mad at us because of the way you came on camera and you made this whole 6-minute video about Christ and religion and how do you think God feels when you... How do you think God feels like you're the one that's sitting in a marriage with a man who has blatantly lied and manipulated and disrespected you and taken advantage of not only you but other people? Like, how much of this are you supposed to endure per the Bible before it's okay for you to leave? Like, what are you being taught? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what me and Aaliyah were briefly alluding to in our group chat earlier. It's just like if you literally take the pages of the Bible and live them page by page, word for word, like there's so many, like we would not be out here living. Like we just, especially as women. Yeah. Especially as women. Like, do you know how many women there are in the Bible whose stories they tell and they don't even care to give you the name of the woman? Like there's so many no-name women stories in the Bible. It's just like, you're supposed to submit and you're supposed to stick. Like, it's just, at some point you have to choose yourself, right? Mm-hmm. You have to choose yourself. And choosing yourself does not mean I'm not choosing God. I'm doing this for my mental health. I'm doing this for my emotional health. I'm protecting myself and my body from a man who clearly is not being safe with his own, right? I got children to raise. You bringing all types of stuff into our home, literally into our bed. and I'm out here with a BDU t-shirt on and a beret talking about the armor of the Lord and the breastplate of righteousness.
This girl to the BDU.
That's what it is. It's a battle dress uniform printed t-shirt. And you saying that you on the battlefield for Christ. You're battling your husband. That's where the fight should be. God is fine with you. He's okay. He's proud of you and your faithfulness to him. But he's telling you to get the hell out.
Paige,
go. Get out of there. She's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Paige?
Like, you would have to watch Married at First Sight.
It took me a second.
It's a Christianity thing. Like, this man told her on their honeymoon, I don't find you attractive. This is after he had sex with her multiple times on the honeymoon. Then, while at the honeymoon, he finds out that his ex-fiance
is pregnant. Pregnant.
He had sex with her a couple weeks before he got
This
married.
is what you always tweeting about.
Yes.
Oh.
He found out that his ex-fiance was pregnant.
16.
Then it's like, I don't find you attractive. My ex-fiance is pregnant. We should just go ahead and get a divorce. She wants to stay because it's ordained. This is what the Lord wants. I feel like God brought us here and he matched us for a reason. Then she started asking more questions. Like, well,
I'm gonna have to start watching this. What is going on?
so she was just saying, like, this is ordained by God, and I believe we were matched for a reason. And so then they go back and forth. This man and showed his ass in front of all of these other white people on the show because they are giving him advice and trying to understand his situation about you having a pregnant fiance. You just got married like a couple days ago, and now you have a whole child on the way. He's all defensive and upset.
Well,
She still decides to stay, right? And he tells her again, it's not gonna work.
Nope.
So she's like, all right, at this point, whatever, right? Then he comes back and is like, yeah, like, I really feel like we should work on it. I feel like, I want to give it a shot. And she's like,
you missed the part where he changed flights on her.
oh, yeah, they were supposed to come home from the honeymoon. She went back to Atlanta. He said, I'm going to Chicago.
What's in Chicago?
That's where he's from.
But he never said what he was doing there or anything.
He booked the flight to Chicago while on the flight home from the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. So they didn't move in together, right? Then he comes back. It's like, oh, I really want to try. I really want to do this. Yes. And she's like, okay. So they start like hanging out again, trying to get to know each other. They start afresh. They start anew.
What channel does come on?
Lifetime.
Lifetime. Then he tells her after like Bible study. Did he tell her after Bible study?
That's the part where the baby mama came around.
Yeah, the baby mama.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was a good episode.
The fiance showed up and she was like, yeah, Chris is telling you that we're going to be getting back together. She's
I don't
like,
want
that's
his
not
ass.
a real thing. We're not doing that. And she was like, oh, I wonder where that came from. So that's when Paige was like, I'm done, I'm through, right? So then he comes back and they're doing better. They're getting to know each other again.
She took him back?
Yes. This man tells her, so I just want to let you know that I bought my ex-fiance a brand new Benz.
Yep.
My ex-fiance got in a real bad car accident 6 years ago, and she was very apprehensive about driving. So she started just doing ride shares. You know what I'm saying? Like Ubers and Lyfts and stuff like that. She's been doing that for 6 years. So I bought her a car. So now she's not scared to drive? All of a sudden, she's not scared?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Can I ask a question? Are these people black or white?
Black.
Really?
Black
You
man.
know ain't no white man gonna show up the day after he got married with a baby. Nigga, come on.
Okay. All right.
These
He
are
said
blacks.
he bought her the car because he just didn't feel like she should be ride sharing with a baby.
And I understand that
But
because
she's
that's
2
the
seconds
mother
pregnant.
of your
But she
child.
couldn't have got a Hyundai? Or?
I don't understand why she couldn't have got her own car.
Or a used Benz.
She could have got a nice Honda.
Does she work?
She's 2
They
seconds
do have,
That's
pregnant.
what
they
don't
do have
understand.
very nice Hondas. Yes,
Nice
they do.
Hondas.
Very nice.
Nice Hondas. Good used Hondas.
Very reliable.
Hyundai.
Very. I mean, but she could have bought her own car. Like, you're still the person that's carrying the child. Like, I'm not about to wait for nobody to buy me a car. Do you know what kind of sex we gotta be having for me to buy you a brand new Benz?
It gotta be good.
I'm talking about.
It gotta be good.
I'm talking about, and she was like, a brand new car. And he was like, well, why should it not be brand new? I'm bringing a king or queen into this world.
It's
She don't have no
Sharon.
job. And here come Paige. What's it's ordained by the Lord.
God
God brought us together. And I'm just like, girl.
He gave you discernment.
This is the show
gift of choice
that used to come on after 7 year switch.
I want you to let it go.
I really want that back.
Only one season of it.
I really want it back.
Realized that they were ruining marriages. That's not.
I really wanted to come back. But it's the same show, right?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm talking about this is the most unsettling couple I've ever seen.
I'm so ready for the reunion.
Child, if he show up, oh God, it's just so much. So I'm waiting to see if Derrick Jaxn and wife have anything else to say after this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell y'all no lies. Like, I don't like to see people get cheated on, get hurt, so I have total empathy for his wife. Sympathy, really. I don't know the difference. Either way, I feel bad, right? Because I don't want her to have to go through this emotional turmoil with him. But when I tell you I am eating this up, I am, because I knew from the beginning that there was something not right about this dude. I promise you, when I saw his first couple of videos, I was like, no, something's not right about this man. I've never been a fan of a man telling a woman how to move in relationships, because men and women are completely different in most instances as it relates to emotional, attachment and their bodies and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't need no grown man telling me how to be in a relationship with a sex that he doesn't even date. Like, shut up. You only know yourself.
Yeah,
be quiet.
And I don't need to say this to either woman at this table, but any woman who's out there watching male love gurus who are telling you all the red flags to look at for men, niggas are not hive minds. We don't have the same brain. Niggas doing this stuff.
He knows.
That's how he knows to tell you about
he's speaking from experience.
He's speaking from experience, and that's what I caught from the very beginning. I was like, something is not right about him. I cannot stand him. I'm not gonna follow him. I don't need relationship advice from nobody, honestly. So no. And here we go. Years later, I saw Derrick Jaxn cheated, and I was like, yes!
All the men on my timeline rejoiced.
I knew it. Oh, the men could not stand him. Boy, they was like, look at this nigga. Old Steve Harvey ass. Yes. Act like a woman, think like a man ass stick. I was like, I knew it. I felt so much victory.
They was happy. The men's was happy.
Oh, the men's was happy, and I felt victorious. I was like, I knew it. Oh.
I wonder how much revenue he's going to lose.
I feel like right now he's making it. I feel like right now, because
everybody wants a piece of it.
Everybody wants a piece of it, and I also feel like he knows what to do. Like, his platforms.
They're going to be a red table talk next week.
People go, girl, say it.
They're going to be a red table talk.
Right. Oh, gosh.
If Jada do that.
I don't want Jada to sit in front of, what's her name? Darrenasia?
Yeah, she don't need to go on the show. She need to stay home. She need to go on Oprah.
Yeah, something. She don't need to go on nobody's show. Something. She need to go to the house. John P. Key, Uncle Pastor Reverend John P. Key put under that girl's video, I'm concerned. When John P. Key puts that under a video that's supposed to be filled with the anointing, there's a problem. And that when I saw that video, I was watching it and I was like, she's speaking, she's not anointed. She's not anointed. You know what I'm saying?
She's regurgitating what she's learned.
That's exactly what she's doing. This is not coming from, I don't even know that she feels this stuff.
Right.
I feel like she is literally like, these are affirmations. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to change her mindset by speaking about the word and the scripture and the Lord and her expectations that she has for herself and her marriage. I want to know how you feel right now. I feel like you need to crack that open. Do you have somebody you can talk to, that you can go in the house and cuss and throw some stuff?
She cussed on the thing. She said fuck.
Where?
And the confession video, the follow-up, she was like, yeah, because I saw those pictures and videos and them girls, she was sexing. She said it. I was like,
in the live they did?
Let it out. Yeah. I was like, let it out, girl. Let it out.
Yeah, that's what I think she need to do. She need to talk to somebody other than him.
My therapist said cuss.
You got to. I feel like she feels like he wants her to only have a friend in him. Like, I feel like that's how their relationship is. Like,
but isn't that like narcissistic traits?
That's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we confirmed that. That's where he is. Yeah, it's a control thing. I'm eating it up. I'm watching for any possible other piece of
Jada, call Derrick. You're gonna break the internet.
I just don't
Jada
want
had her mister on the show. Like,
Yeah.
you can call him.
I just feel like I don't want him to make, and I know it's not
Full
gonna happen.
entertainment.
I just don't want him to make another dollar. I don't want him to make another video. I want him to just go away. I want him to go away. And not like, like pass away.
Yeah.
But like disappear off the internet. Like at least for a while. Charlamagne told him just disappear. He said just disappear for a while. Like Charlamagne's like, I even had you on my podcast.
Damn, he was?
He was on his podcast.
Brilliant Idiots?
Mm-hmm. He said a couple of years back. And he had him on the show talking about how, you got to respect your woman and
And I'm going to tell you what's crazy about that. I know he probably run over time. But Charlamagne is a self-proclaimed cheater.
Absolutely.
So for him to...
Previously.
Yeah, he doesn't
Like,
cheat
he
anymore.
has- yeah, he doesn't
said
do that anymore.
he's been faithful for like 3 years, maybe 4 years now.
Gotta start
So, coming from a former fuckboy to Derrick,
I'm reformed.
like, come on. Like,
Envy too.
oh, what did Envy have to say? I can't
Well, no, I'm
imagine.
just saying Envy was a cheater too.
Oh, yeah. She went Erica.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Eric
watching
who?
like,
Minya.
Oh, Minna.
Minna.
Yep.
That's wild.
It's a lot.
That's wild.
Not to take in.
Interesting.
I'll be on the lookout for more guys.
Yeah, keep me informed.
Every day. I'm going to Tasha K's page. I don't even follow the girl. I'm just going to pull her up.
I might go follow her just to...
I wonder how many followers she's gotten since this whole thing.
I wonder.
Who knows? Lydia's like, good for you.
All right. So we're going to take it to the shout-outs part. Anybody got shout-outs at the table?
Shout out to my mama who had a birthday this week.
Hey, happy birthday, mama.
She
Happy
got Feel the Praise coming on.
happy birthday, mama. How, never mind. Oh, bye. Anybody else?
No.
No?
Queen.
I want to give a shout out to Osira,
Osira.
who heads up Clitiference.
Show's fire.
Clitiference airs every Monday. There's a new episode every Monday on YouTube, on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Apple Podcasts. I'm sorry. Shout out to myself and what are we? What are we calling you? I should have figured that out before I started over. What? What is your name, sir?
Literally, what do you want him to call you in this
It's been
moment?
Dom on that show and this one the whole
Dom.
time.
Okay.
Dom.
Shout out to myself and Dom, who co-hosts Another Angle. Every Tuesday we got new episodes dropping. Make sure you check us out everywhere you get your podcasts. Shout out to everybody here at this table for all the work we put in on the Side of Black podcast. Yeah, back. Shout out to Marquise, who is the host of Eavesdrop. He doesn't really have any frequency with his episode drops, but I always post them when his episodes drop, so make sure you check that out as well. I believe he's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything as well. So just go out, follow Side of Black Media on Instagram and Facebook. All episode drops are listed there. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook so you get notifications when they come out.
Boom. Yeah. Again, shout out to my wife. Shout out to all the watchers, the listeners, the viewers. If you are enjoying this show live, thank you for joining us on Facebook. You can also catch the replays on Facebook and on YouTube at the Side of Black Media page. If you want to interact with us on social, you can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and supposedly Snapchat. The Twitter is back to life now. It posts all kinds of stuff. So
It is. I saw it yesterday for the first time in months.
I should probably follow.
It be happening. It be happening. That would be nice.
You got the juice, so a retweet from you is like,
Gold.
It's gonna get to Issa.
gold.
Yeah, it's gonna get to Issa.
I needed to get the Issa.
Yeah.
I need, no, wait. Not, okay, never mind.
Not this one.
Not this one. another show. Another show.
Shout out to everybody listening to us on your morning commute on Power 106. We really appreciate you guys as well. That's it.
That's it? Okay. All right.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for watching us. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys
We're
in
also
2
sorry.
weeks. Peace and love.